Hi, you guys. This is Jen. And Bunny. Oh my goodness. Bunny is so upset. He had to put on a blindfold because I did a Halloween book, which is really scary. It's real scary. And he can't even stand to look at it. He's just so upset. As you can see, he's been blindfolded for a while because you'll notice that his outfit doesn't even match, but he doesn't even care because he doesn't want to see the scary book. Okay, Bunny, why don't you go in the other room and relax? Because this doesn't have anything to do with bunnies. Okay, Mom. I hope you guys don't get too scared. Okay, bye. Okay, thank you, Bunny. Hi, you guys. I don't know why I did this. It was just a weird thing. I decided I wanted to do a scary Halloween journal. I don't do this kind of stuff. It's not anything like my normal um, kind of thing, but sometimes you just got to do something different because I don't know why, because you just do. So, this is a Halloween slash scary slash whatever you want it to be journal. I don't know if anybody will like it because it's, like I said, quite a detour from my regular stuff. But I'm going to show it to you, and if you don't like it, then I wouldn't finish the video. Okay, this is, it's an altered book. The book is The Citadel, and I got a lot of add-on things. This is a picture of a older woman in front of a house. This is a tarot card, tarot, what do they call those? Tarot, I don't know. Anyway, never mind. It's just a card. Here is Raven Feathers thing. It says, "'Tis the night of the grave's delight, and the warlocks are at their play. Ye think that without the wild winds shout, but no, it is they, it is they." I love these kind of things, me in quotes. So there's a lot of things. "'Tis now the very witching hour of the night, when churchyards yawn and hell itself breathes out contagion to this world." Shakespeare wrote that. So, like I said, this might not be everyone's cup of tea, and that's fine. I had fun doing it. My daughter and I love horror movies. I don't know why. It's not normal, which is what my whole family tells me. But I have told many people that in this day and age, we don't use our fight or flight response like they did in the old days when they were cavemen and everything around every corner could kill you. So our fight or flight response is just laying there dormant. And I think if you watch a scary movie or something, it kind of gets your blood pumping. Anyway, whatever. Says the haunted night returns again. And some of these quotes are from horror movies, and some of them are just from books. There's a nice little family with a big clown with an axe. Here are, I don't even know what some of these pictures are. They are just pictures I found of people in Halloween costumes, and just very strange pictures. "By the pricking of my thumb, something wicked this way comes." Shakespeare said that. So, I'm not going to go through every tuck spot because there are a lot of them, but you can get the idea of it. And let's see, I don't even remember what's in some of these things. Let's see here. There we go. Pixie, kobold, elf, and sprite all are on their rounds tonight. In the wan moon silver ray thrives their helter-skelter play. Yeah. Okay. I'm just gonna keep on going here. And there's a picture of a nurse in a gas mask and a baby in what they put babies in at that time, because a baby can't use a gas mask. And I mean, that's not even supposed to be scary. That's what they actually just did. But I thought it looked pretty terrifying. If I was a baby and someone was coming to get me like that, I think I would be frightened. And here is a picture of, oops, couple ladies. Double, double, toil and trouble, fire, burn, and cauldron bubble. That's Shakespeare. Here is another tarot card. I think I'm saying that right. I don't really know. I don't do those things, but anyway, I think somebody gave me that, and I didn't really know what to do with them, and then this seemed like the perfect thing. From ghoulies and ghosties and long-leggedy beasties, good Lord deliver us. Okay, so I'll move this back a little bit. And then we have a skeleton playing a violin. There is somebody with a chicken or a rooster head on, and all you see is the little legs underneath. And this is The Next Scream You Hear May Be Your Own. That came from the movie The Birds. And this is The Time Has Come to Play Here in My Garden of Shadows. Night has patterns that can be read less by the living than by the dead. Yep, there's just all kinds of good stuff in here. Stuff to really uplift you and help you start your day. It's just supposed to be fun. Halloween is supposed to be fun. And that's what I'm trying to capture with this book. I must go in, the fog is rising. Emily Dickinson said that. So there's, a lot of spots to go through. Here's a little fairy girl. I do not know what's in here. I don't remember, and I'm not going to untie it and everything because that will take forever. Here is, I don't even know what that is, a bunch of crazy people doing a strange dance around some people on the ground. Here is a picture of a little girl in bed with this horrible looking masked person standing behind her. Yeah, some of these are just kind of macabre. And his eyes have all the seeming of a demon's that is dreaming. Edgar Allan Poe. Sometimes the world of the living gets mixed up with the world of the dead. The Others. That was a good movie. That had, Nicole Kidman was in that. I don't know all the stuff about horror movies, but I know quite a bit. And these are just regular pictures of regular people, but I thought they looked kind of spooky. I became insane with long intervals of horrible sanity. Edgar Allan Poe said that. I think we'll start with A Reign of Terror, The Invisible Man, 1933. So see, this stuff's been around a long time. People like to be frightened, which is why they have Halloween parties and stuff like that. The world is full of ghosts, and some of them are still people. The scariest monsters are the ones that lurk within our souls. Edgar Allan Poe. And there is a little girl at a hospital or some kind of a bed. She must be sick. And there's a Santa Claus and 2 clowns that would put me in intensive care. You know, some people like clowns. My daughter was terrified of clowns from the time she was born. And I had made her nursery into a little circus motif, and there was a clown lamp and some clown stuff around the border of her room, and I did not know when she was born. As she got older, she was terrified of clowns. And so, yeah, um, clowns can be very scary. Some people hate them. Here's a picture of an owl. They will say that I have shed innocent blood, but what's blood for if not for shedding? Candyman, 1992. And let's see what this says. I got this from Sue Olson's shop. There'll be food and drink and ghosts, and perhaps even a few murders. You're all invited. The House on Haunted Hill, 1959. So these go back a long time. Save your breath for screaming. That's Hellraiser. And here's a picture of, I don't even know what that is. I don't know if that's a mannequin or something, but she doesn't look well, whatever it is. And here's some little kids playing, which I think is hysterical because they're playing with a guillotine and they have one little boy with his head in, ready for the chop chop. So, I mean, that kind of struck me as funny. And here are scary clowns. And let's see. The boundaries which divide life from death are at best shadowy and vague. Who will say where the one ends and the other begins? Edgar Allan Poe. And this, that was also just a regular picture that I found from somebody's old photo album, and I thought those women looked terrifying. I don't know what they're doing. Bloody thou art, bloody will thy end be. Shakespeare. So that goes in here. And over here we have a big moon with a witch. And down here is a picture of a guy that, I don't know, looks like he's got a lot on his mind. And there's a raven. And this is some more pictures of old type costumes. The dead are not quiet in Hill House. This is from The Haunting of Hill House in 1963. And here are some little kids dressed up like bunnies. They don't really look like any bunnies I would like to hang out with, and they're called March Hares. Let's see. And there's a cute baby with a guy that has a unicorn head on holding him. To die laughing must be the most glorious of all glorious deaths. Edgar Allan Poe said that. I have to kind of agree with him. That would not be so horrible. And she stopped and she heard what the trees said to her, and she sat there for hours not wanting to leave, for the forest said nothing. It just let her breathe. And there's a picture of I thought that picture was haunting, as they say. I thought it was really pretty. And here we have some more strange pictures of costumes or whatever. And let's see. There's a picture of a little ghost. And this is Evil is Real, Laurie Strode. That was from Halloween 2018. You Can't Kill the Boogeyman. That was from Halloween 1978. Here is a scary looking thing. Boo. I don't even know what that is. And here's a couple of little witches. Okay, that goes in here. And again, I don't know what's in here, and I'm not going to open it up because, well, I just don't want to. Okay, here is a skeleton guy. Here is a tarot card. Which is which? I came up with that all on my own. I know, it's really fab. Okay, and here's the little boy and girl going trick-or-treating. Whoops. I am everything you ever were afraid of. Pennywise. That is the clown that was in the movie It. If anybody ever saw that, that was a Stephen King remake of a book. Pretty darn terrifying, actually. Stephen King and Dean Koontz are actually two of my favorite horror writers. Not only do I watch horror, I read about it. So, it's just amazing that I am such the delight that I am with all this stuff going around in my head. There's a little princess on a mosquito. Here is a picture of two ladies. I don't know what's going on there, but, and there's a raven dark, black as pitch, mystical as the moon. Speak to me of magic, and I will fly with you soon. This paper is handmade by Corinne Yates from UK. And, yeah, she sends me stuff like that every once in a while. It's so beautiful. The only problem is I tend to hang on to it because I don't want to run out of it. I don't want to use it. Here are some more pictures of strange things and circumstances. Here's a group of children with deer heads or something on them. I do not know what the story is behind that. It seems to leave the darkness even blacker than before. That was the Hounds of the Baskervilles. And here is just a picture of two women together. Okay. Then we have this guy, which I cut his eyes out, like, those pictures that you see in movies where there's a portrait on the wall and the eyeballs are cut out and then the real eyeballs are behind it. That's what I was trying to do. When there's no more room in hell, the dead will roam the earth. That's Dawn of the Dead, 1978. And here is another one of those tarot cards. Okay. That goes in here. And here are a dad and a little boy either selling pumpkins or buying pumpkins. I don't know which. And this says, when witches go riding and black cats are seen, the moon laughs and whispers, 'tis near Halloween. And there's a bunch of little kids in costumes getting ready to go trick-or-treating. These are haunted houses. I just put hauntings up there. These are real pictures of real houses. This says, it's not your house that's haunted, it's your son. That was from the movie Insidious, which was actually very scary. And there's more haunted houses and some people standing in front of them. I have a feeling that inside you somewhere is somebody nobody knows about. That's from Alfred Hitchcock, and I think that's kind of true. I think inside of us we all have things that people don't know about, secrets or whatever. And here is a picture of a nurse or somebody that has like a pig head on. I don't know what that's about. A glimpse into the world proves horror is nothing other than reality. Alfred Hitchcock. And I kind of have to agree with that. Especially now, because actually reality is scarier than anything that they're going to make up on a movie screen. With all the mess that our whole world is in, it's just sad. There's Alfred Hitchcock, a master of horror. If I won't be myself, who will? And let's see what this says. Here we go. Reality is something none of us can stand at any time. So apparently that's why he does the things he does, because reality is scarier than anything. Okay, and here's some pictures of some strange but interesting women. This is kind of a clown type picture, And above all, watch with glittering eyes the whole world around you, because the greatest secrets are always hidden in the most unlikely place. Those who don't believe in magic will never find it. Okay, and there is our friend Edgar Allan Poe, and he wrote The Raven. There's something inside this envelope. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered weak and weary over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door, "only this and nothing more." That's the first verse of the Raven, which is a really good poem. And there's something in here about witches, and let's see here. I just have all kinds of things, and this was from, I don't know, maybe The Voice of the Third Spirit. I think it was from Lord Byron. I don't know, but it said, where the mermaid is seeking her green hair, is decking her green hair with shells, like the storm on the surface came the sound of thy spells. Over my calm hall of coral, the deep echo roared, to the spirit of ocean thy wishes unfold. Yeah, I don't know what that means, but she kind of looked like a mermaid type thing to me. So, the day I decided my life was magical, there was suddenly magic all around me. And this is, invisible as new spring winds, fresh as the breath of clover, rising from twilight fields, she flew. Okay, and these are just some more tarot cards. And that goes in there. And then we have H.P. Lovecraft. I don't know if everybody knows him. My daughter was totally smitten with him and loved his style of writing. He did a lot of things with monsters and things in the sea. I have seen the dark universe yawning, where the black planets roll without aim, where they roll in their horror unheeded, without knowledge or luster or name. And he says, almost nobody dances sober unless they happen to be insane. The oldest and strongest emotion of mankind is fear, and the oldest and strongest kind of fear is fear of the unknown. We live on a placid island of ignorance in the midst of black seas of infinity, and it was not meant that we should voyage far. Those are all little quotes from things that H.P. Lovecraft wrote. So he was interesting. Oh, and this is just a little like book of papers, of different kinds of papers. And this is, if I can get it out of here. Well, that's a good one. Hang on a minute. Oh, there we go. Okay. It's I didn't cut the strings off, and that one was stuck. This is about spirits. This is from Lord Byron's stories. It says, I am the rider of the wind, the stir of the storm, the hurricane I left behind is yet with lightning warm. So anyway, I thought that kind of looked a little creepy, like those women in the cornfield. Scarecrows are always creepy, if you ever have seen scary movies about scarecrows. Okay, and there's a weird picture of some guy trying to stick a kid's head in a teapot. That's always fun. Here are some more of those nurses with masks on, the, what do you call them? The gas masks. And this is The agony of my soul found vent in one loud, long, and final scream of despair. Edgar Allan Poe again. And here is a bunch of kids in Halloween costumes. And here is a whole family of, I don't know what, they put like animal heads on them, which I think is really kind of strange. And there's foxes and deer, and I don't even know what that one is. And it looks like a goat or something. Anyway, bottom line is they're spooky. And here is a bunch of clowns, which are terrifying. They all look weird and strange, and it's from a long time ago at a circus. And I put Dream a Little Dream of Me. And there is a nice looking chimpanzee enjoying a pipe. And that doesn't really have anything to do with horror, but I really liked the picture. So I went ahead and put it in there. So here you go. This is my, whoops, sorry. Don't panic. You're not having a stroke. I hit the camera as I always do. You guys have a wonderful day. I'm glad that you stuck with me through the horror. And Bunny, would you like to say anything? Okay, Mom, but I'm still not taking off my blindfold. I understand, Bunny, and I won't do any more of these scary books. Okay, Mom, I really appreciate it. Bye, you guys. Goodbye, Bunny. Goodbye, friends. Have a great day. Bye.